Hi there, guys. So, I want to talk about the times that we're in. I want to talk about where we're going. Uh, and then I also want to talk about where we've always been or where we have been before. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like same shit, different day type thing in America. For some of us, it seems new. It seems like, oh, what's going on? They're doing this, they're doing that. But we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? We've been here before. And one of the huge things with this whole with everything that's going on right now, Trump, Elon, Republicans, Nazism, like all of this stuff. It's all together, and it's all stuff that white folks have been doing. It ain't nothing new. They've been doing this. Um the difference right now is that the things that they have always done and been able to profit, been able to do it, laugh, and get away with it, been able to make laws and write laws and decrees and all of these things where it hurt us, marginalized us, affected us, whatever. And they just go on with their lives, you know what I'm saying, until the next new law or the next new way of keeping black people down, keeping black people out, keeping black people segregated or whatever. But the new thing that is happening, which is really only karma, it's just really, uh, as Malcolm said, the chicken's coming home to roost, is that now they are so intertwined with us that they can't do anything to us that's not going to affect them. So this whole election, this whole, oh, we just can't vote for the black woman. Oh, well, she's just not very smart. And, I just don't like her politics. And Trump's politics are better, even though Trump never said anything. He never gave any politics. Like he never, you know, he told them all of the things that he was going to do, and they didn't listen. They were looking for the politics from a businessman, as I've said before. And it didn't work. But he did tell them what he was going to do. It's just that they didn't realize that it was going to hit them and hurt them. Again, they voted for racism, white supremacy. And the black people who voted for it were just silly and didn't and voting against their own interests, just being silly and not being smart enough to realize they were shooting themselves in the foot. But hey, that's on them, including my son. And so, very, very hard for them to do anything, especially right now in this time, without it hurting and affecting them. And they see this. They see this. Um, they thought Trump was going to hurt us. And they thought Trump was going to hurt us, the immigrants, the brown people, deport them all. And now they're crying because their crops are dying because they have no one. They don't have anyone to work their farms. It's funny how hate works. And it's racism has always been such a silly, ignorant, very, very ignorant tool, but they've always used it some kind of way, thinking they're smart. And I guess they thought that they were smart with racism, white supremacy, because it was working for them and it was making them rich and it was punching down on black folks and whatever else. And so maybe that made them think they were smart. I don't know. But um again, them we all being so closely knit together, they are now seeing that the things that they thought that was aimed at us and going to hurt us are is now affecting them. Is what it is. Same old racism, same old white supremacy, same old keep the blacks down, keep the immigrants out, keep like it's the same old stuff that they've always done, but now it's affecting them. And literally that's why they're out in the street. Literally. Because at the end of the day, they knew what they were voting for. Again, they just thought it was going to hit everybody else except for them. And Trump doing a whole lot of new stuff that they didn't expect. But the man told y'all, though. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, y'all literally sat and clapped and cheered for this man saying the things that he was going to do. And now that is in office doing those things, you're mad. Like y'all really thought that, oh, well, it's not going to affect us, or he don't mean that for us. He's just talking about that for them. But it's affecting you all, though. And I think that's the real I think that's the real reason they're out in the street. I think that's the real reason that um they're all over the internet crying about everything that Trump is doing, because again, they thought it was going to affect us. Um, you know, I think a lot of white people forget their history. I know that a lot of white people don't know history. They don't know anybody else's history, and they don't know real true American history. They only know, for whatever reason, they only know what benefits them some kind of crazy way. Um, and so the fact that this land was acquired from the get-go through theft, murder, death, disease, pillaging, raping, hurting, like that's how they came over here. You know what I'm saying? And so the things that they acquired, the land, the money, the labor, the like everything that they have acquired that benefited them up until now has been through death, murder, rape, stealing, whatever. That's how they became great, if you want to call it great. And then getting free labor. You know what I'm saying? And so now they don't have free labor. Now there's no more land to steal. Now everyone has a bit of a semblance of rights, more so that they can't just come in, kick your dough down, whatever, and just take or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're crying and now they're wondering, and now, they wanted Trump to make America great again. Well, America became great again by everything that I just said. They aren't able to just do that now in this time. But I can guarantee you, if Trump, Elon, or whatever were able to some kind of way put us back in slavery, put, you know, the indigenous, the everybody non-white into a form of slavery where white people could benefit, I could guarantee you how many, you'd be surprised how many of them would go for that. They would go for it, even today. Even the ones in your family, even the ones who are married to your sister's great auntie's daddy's cousin, even them, that's so cool, and that love you. Even them, they would, to make America great again the way that they want America to be great again, they would sacrifice us. And so Now that we're in this time, and now that we're in a place where they can't just go rape, rob, steal, kill, they pillaged the whole world at this point. Everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows their track record. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's now again those things that they put out for somebody else is now affecting them, and they're feeling it, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to behave. You see, we Black people, our assignment right now, even coming from Spirit, what Spirit gave me, is to sit back and observe. That's it. Just sit back and observe. We're going to be all right. We're going to get through this. This is not our fight. This is their fight. And we got to let them do whatever it is they're going to do. As the dust settles, as things pan out, we're going to see who's going to be left standing. And we literally have always been left standing, and we've always been able to get back up, do what we need to do, make ourselves better, l- uh, earn what we have. And so it's a time now where their laws are not working for them. Their laws are not working because see, they've got us to a point to where they wanted to keep us out so much until they've built the fence around themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they've imprisoned themselves in trying to keep us out. And you can't make no more gate now. Like you already surrounded. You can't even put no more barbed wire. You can't do it no more. We're already locked in. And some kind of way, Black people still keep being happy. Black people still buying eggs. Black people still um are dancing and singing and making jokes and uplifting each other. And they don't get it. And they're mad and they're out in the streets because we didn't go. The ones who led the protests, the ones who led the marches, the ones who were out in the street getting hit with bean bags and bullets as well, getting water hose and dogs sicked on. We're not doing that anymore because it's not. It's there's an overall sense, some kind of way among all of us Black people of what we should be doing, and I love that. I love that. Um, because again, it's not our fight. We didn't do this. Y'all did this, so y'all need to fix it. And I think a lot of it is anger that they're not they that we're not fixing it for them. Um, anyway, the other thing I wanted to say, you know, I've been feeling like this for a couple of weeks. I really just didn't know how to come on here and say it because I didn't want people to think I was being weird, but I'm going to try to explain it in a way that you'll get it. All of these so-called rights and laws and dismantling or whatever of the government and things that they are, so-called taking back from us or whatever. Let them take it. Let them have it. Let them have it. And I say that because when you look at everything that was so-called given to us as Black people in this land, like really and truly, when did it ever really benefit us for real, for real? Any right they say we have, any days they say we have, any celebration they say, it ain't never really truly been for us. And they were mad at giving it and always trying to take it away or dishonor it in some kind of way. So many times it could be that we get upset when we hear, oh, well, they're trying to take away civil rights and they're trying to do this and that. That's a trigger. It's nothing but a trigger. Do not react. Don't get upset. Just, just, just watch it. Just watch it. Just keep your eye on it. Just look and see how they react when you don't react. Because that's really it. People, narcissists, what narcissists do, and we are in a whole narcissistic, sociopathic society right now and have been. They look for reaction. They want to poke you. They want to get you. They say the most outlandish, outrageous, and do the most outlandish, outrageous things for you to react. And when you don't react, when they can't get you, you start getting boring and they start moving on. And they got to start cleaning up their own messes and whatever and go find another target and whatever else. But we have a tendency sometimes, and I'm gonna speak for myself. I do sometimes when I get to looking at too much of this and what's going on. I have to remind myself, turn that off, go somewhere and sit down, read, meditate, write, whatever. But turn that mess off. It ain't got nothing to do with you because it can be upsetting. Uh, but so anyway, all of these things that they're doing to quote unquote try to poke the bear or whatever. Let them poke, because what's going to eventually happen is that they're going to just continue to frustrate themselves. All the while their stuff is unraveling. So let them take away this. Let them I do something about them destroying or getting rid of or something, some type of real great historical documents or whatever about. That's fine. That's fine. They talking about letting out Derek Chauvin. That's fine. Release Derek Chauvin. The guy, if you guys don't know, I know you do, that murdered George Floyd. They think that's gonna, oh my God, we're so outraged. Now we're gonna take to the street because that's what they want. That's what they want. Let him out. That's y'all putting him in danger. Like the wig, and hey, do it. Do it. But again, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna survive this. They have done, when we go back in history and we go back and look at the real true history of America and what has been done to us, indigenous and so forth, I say it ain't much else that they can do to us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much else that they can do. So let them continue to do it. They're mad, they're frustrated. I also say let them dismantle it. Let them burn it down. It doesn't matter to us. Doesn't matter to us because we're gonna be the one rebuilding anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all going to be new. It's all going to be a whole different. This is why I say we are in a whole different. We're going to a whole different time. Um, and a lot of that stuff needs to be dismantled. It needs to come down. It needs to be destroyed because at the end of the day, it really didn't benefit us anyway. The so-called whatever rights and whatever it is that they so-called gave, the little trinkets, the little crumbs that they so-called gave to us, or to make us better, I guess, whatever. Ain't nothing in this country been to benefit us as Black people. It's always been to kick us and to benefit them. That's why they're crying now about the Medicaid and the SNAP and the veterans benefits and the blah 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 blah. Because a lot of that stuff again has a lot of those programs still were to benefit them. When welfare and food stamps and all that stuff came about, that wasn't for us. That was for them. Everything has always been. They think that we're so silly that we really think that they do anything and have ever done anything to benefit us. Never. We know that. What's funny is that again, they don't think that we know all of these tactics and all of these things that Literally, we have been knowing. It's nothing that you guys are doing that black people are shocked and appalled about. And I think that is really tripping them out because they really do think we are stupid people. And I also think it's very, very, it's funny to me, but I think this is the first time in history where not only black people, but black people can now shake their finger at them and tell them, see, that was just dumb. That was just stupid. Why did you do that? You effed yourself. You FAFO, as they keep saying, But and because they've always been the smart ones, they've always been the intelligent ones. They've always been the one that bring out the new news and they tell us what's what. No, no, we've always known. Y'all just ain't never listened to us. And now we have platforms now where you can't help but listen to us. And even your children are now telling you. And even your grandchildren and all of this are telling you that your racism is retarded and stupid. And for what? Like, that's always been the thing. This critical race theory thing has always been, this is the thing that they're afraid of. They don't want it taught in the schools. We don't want you guys to know this. We don't want, they gonna know it anyway. See, we're not in a time of segregation like you guys would love us to be. And see, here's what's funny about segregation because y'all want to segregate us, but y'all can't leave us alone. That's what's so funny about it. It's crazy. You kick us and tell us how worthless we are, how much we're not needed, how much you don't want us around. You can't be in our pools. You can't be in our neighborhood. You can't walk down the street with us, but yet y'all can't leave us alone. If black people were to go somewhere to try to live and like we have done historically, what happens? They always come. They always come. And so that's the reason that, I've really been feeling about at least the past month. I felt it before, but more so, at least in the past month, integration was a really bad thing. And I'm just talking to y'all. I'm just talking to y'all right now. But integration was not the way that we should have went. Um, if 500 years or so on this soil has not get if we're not where we absolutely should have been, if we didn't have more rights, if they weren't still hating us and still doing the same old dumb shit that they've always done to us to keep us down and kick us around, it ain't gonna ever happen with them on this soil together with them. It's not ever going to be because it's not that we're inferior. It's never been that we're inferior. We've always shown ourselves and proven ourselves to be smarter. We've built this country. So there's that, you know. Um, but we had to work harder, but we had to try harder. But they still wrote us out of the laws and the bylaws, and they still restricted us and still marginalized us. You know what I'm saying? And so if all, when you look at history, Black history, we did so much, so much. And we continue to make history and continue to do so much. And they know that. But because their narcissistic ego can't handle it, they have to be the center of whatever. Then yeah, they'll shoot their own self in the foot just to keep us out. And that's what they have been doing. So this is why I go back to let them burn it down. Let them take the laws away. Let them, roll back this and take away DEI and take, which is so silly because DEI was never about black people. It's crazy how they make the laws and then they get mad at the laws if it benefit us. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. And you can't live in peace in a house, first of all, divided, but in a house where the people are freaking insane. You can't. You're never going to be able to. So I'm gonna share this story with you, and then I'm gonna cut the video off. I have a friend, and like I've told you guys, I'm Gen X. So, and I don't know what was boomers. I don't know what was before Gen X. I really don't. But either way, my friend is older than I am, at least by almost 7, 8 years or whatever. And so at the end of the day, she's in a different generation than I am. And so we were talking about a lot of things, current events and things like that. And she said to me something that I still can't believe she said that. Living on this earth as many years, she's in her 60s, as many years as she has lived on this earth in America with white people. I'm like, she remember like the marches and stuff. Like she remembers a lot of civil rights stuff. Whereas, by the time I came along, that stuff was kind of over with. It was more of a 60s type thing. And so we're talking about all these current events and just things that's going on and everything. And she surprised the heck out of me because she said that basically, well, all we got to do is just, we all just come together at the same table and we have to sit down and agree. And, if everybody could get along and if everybody, could just lay their egos down and we could just all talk it out and we could just come to the table and we could live together and be peaceful. Excuse me. So I'm saying to myself, like, I'm saying in the back of my mind, I know she ain't talking about white people, us coming together with white people. But and I said, "Who?" I said, "Who you talking about?" Because I'm thinking, I'm saying that in the back of my mind, but in the forefront of my mind, I'm like, I'm hoping she talking about black people, us all coming together at the table and whatever. And she was like, "No, no. I mean, all of us. I mean, white people included. Like, if we could all just come together and sit down and put the egos aside and just love one another and just, you know, only thing she didn't say is sing Kumbaya." Um, and she's saying this, and then she was getting a little louder with what she was saying and cutting me off with what she was saying, because she's really trying to make this point. And it's surprising to me because at the end of the day, I'm like, how do you possibly think that that could happen? So when she finished her spiel, because she made a big, nice point about it, and I'm thinking to myself, again, I cannot believe that you're this age and you've lived here this long and you've experienced what you've experienced in this America with these people, seeing their nature, hopefully knowing their nature, but maybe she don't. And for you to say something like that. And so I told her, I said, this is how I started. I said, when you pet a snake and you feeding the snake and you got the snake in your lap and, you're treating the snake like a little puppy or a little kitten or whatever. And then that snake turn around and bite you. Don't be shocked. Don't be appalled. Don't be surprised. Don't be any of that because it's a snake. And I told her, I said, these people have shown us over and over and over who they are. And if we thought that in 2024, 2025, or whatever, that white people couldn't be and couldn't do, and they've changed so much from who they are, they showed us. They just showed us in this election what they think, what they feel, what they believe, and what they want to happen to us. They showed us with their vote. They knew, but voting for a racist, misogynist, white supremacist like Donald Trump, And his track record, I'm like, they knew. They gonna tell us they didn't know. We were trying to get cheaper eggs. Right. You're trying to get cheaper eggs, I know. But, you know, I was disappointed in what she said because again, I'm like, you at this big old age and you really think that something like that could be possible, that we could live together in peace and harmony with these people if we all just come together. Have black people not always been peaceful and kind and just wanted some rights and just wanted some equality and just wanted what was due to us and what we have earned and what we built and what our ancestors did and all of that in this country? Like, when have we ever been a rioting, hateful, murderous people? When? We've never done that. We've never acted like that on this land. We've always been the ones been attacked. Always. Verbally, mentally, emotionally, financially. Like, we've been the ones that have been attacked in all this time. And again, for her to think at her big old age that that could possibly be something that can happen, it's disappointing. You know what I'm saying? It's disappointing to me. But it also lets me know that as we go forward, everybody can't come. Everybody don't need to come. I think a lot of we Black Americans, if we're going to stay in this land to be to continue to prosper and move up, there's a lot of people again that we just got to leave behind. You just let them, just leave them behind. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are too in love and too intertwined with white people to be any good to other black people, and that's sad. Some people can be mutual, can be some black people can differentiate. They can know how to balance. They know how to balance. You see what I'm saying? Some are so far gone on the other side, the Uncle Toms, the bootlickers, the whatever, that they out there, they over there, and that's where they need to stay. You know what I'm saying? And so in the time that we're in, it's kind of like the Bible talked about letting the wheats and tares grow up together, and in the end, it'll be a separation. It's going to be a separation. I think the separation is already happening, really. But you just gotta you just gotta let people show and reveal themselves, really. And that's a part of us sitting back, being observant, and watching what's going on. Because all things will be revealed. All things are going to be revealed. We got to remember also, we are in the time and in the age of revealing. We're in the time and age of um, all things coming to light. We're in a time and age where things are being exposed. And we can't get mad or upset at the exposure. We just gotta it because it's being uncovered. You just gotta see it for what it is. So many things are being discovered and exposed. I said in another video that Donald Trump was the epitome of America. He is the perfect person right now for America because he's America's mirror. He absolutely is. And they don't like what they see. They don't like what's coming to them, even though it was all of the things, and they've done so much worse, that they've done to everybody. Everybody, not just Black Americans. They went into everybody's land across this world and raped and robbed and pillaged and stole and colonized. Till now, again, they don't have anywhere else to go. The rest of the world is standing up and telling them, no, we played this game already before. We ain't doing it no more with y'all. And that's what the world needs to do. That's what Canada's doing to America right now. And unfortunately, what's happening is Trump is just continuing to separate us from the rest of the world. I don't know if he's getting ready to crown Putin the king of America or what. because that's what he looked like he trying to do, you know. But the rest of the world is definitely l- breaking off from America. And it's sad and it's dangerous in so many ways. And now white people are seeing that. They're seeing the danger of Trump. They ignored all of the warning signs. They are not only did Michelle Obama, but even Barack and Kamala Harris sat up and told these folks what was going to happen if you elect this man. Uh nah, he's just playing. It's not going to affect us. It's only going to hurt them. So let's put Trump in office. Let's elect him. And he ain't been in there what, 2 months? Maybe it's 2 months. And they're hating it. They don't like Elon Musk. They don't they don't like this person. They don't like that person. They mad at the whole cabinet. Well, but again, y'all did that because y'all thought it was gonna hurt other people. So that's it. I just kind of wanted to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna rise from the ashes like we always do. And we're gonna dust ourselves off and we're gonna see who's standing. But don't forget to look at what's going on and understand what's going on while it's happening. You see what I'm saying? Because that's going to be important. You got to remember history, but you also got to look at what's going on right now and how things are unfolding, because it's going to be important. It's going to really be important. And the other thing, with giving the story that I gave about my friend saying what she said, everybody ain't going with us. We ain't, let me say it like this. We ain't all going to the same place. That's I think a better way of saying that. We're all going somewhere, but we ain't all going to the same place. And we all don't need to go to the same place because it'll be the same way it's always been in history. We bring those who we think just because they look like us, and then they be the very one that shoot the house up. They be the very ones that sell us all out. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful of those. You have to know those and mark those people. You have to. And separate yourself. Matter of fact, while you're going this way, they going to veer off anyway because they're not of you. Something in the Bible even says that. They didn't continue with us because they were not of us. That's a scripture. And it's true. It's true. It goes for many of us who look like us. We're not all the same. And keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your mind good, get a lot of rest, hydrate yourself, drink uh water, get you some chlorophyll, um take your vitamins, fill up on your vitamin C, your vitamin D, get you some moringa. I'm telling you. Because we don't know what they about to do. We really don't. So we got to be healthy and we got to be alert and we got to be mentally prepared. Okay. So get you some vitamins, get you some mushrooms and things like that. Those, uh, I take these things. I said I was going to do a video about that really, but I take these things called, genius mushroom and it really helps my memory and everything. So look into those things, get you some natural things, eat as good as you can, let a lot of this old death junk food and the sodas and all of this red dye and blue dye and yellow dye and all of this crap, cook your own food at home. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to boycott what we need to. Let's continue to buy black. Let's continue to keep our money in our community. Let's continue to do those things that support us because we gonna be all right. We really are. We're gonna be all right. We've always been all right. So you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Sorry I went so long with this. I hope you guys follow me in what I was saying. Please subscribe. Need more subscribers. You guys, thank you. To the next video. See you next time.